everybody. My first guest tonight is a comedian and an actor. He's appeared in numerous films, including The Usual Suspects and A Few Good Men. Currently, you can see him in the movie She's All That. Please welcome our friend, Kevin Pollak.
I'm just doing a little Roberto Benigni.
That's your Roberto
All that
Benigni?
energy, yeah. I want to swim in your pleasure. What do I have to do?
Were you a big fan of Benigni? Did you like his performance at the Oscars?
Please, you kidding me? Just holding on to Billy Bob Thornton's head for a moment there while he was standing on the chair trying to get to the stage was hysterical. And Billy Bob just kind of hanging in there. All right, this is good.
Using him. Yeah, but Benigni, do you think he's going to last? Do you think this is going to go on for a while?
Well, we were just in Italy, my wife and I, and no one knew who he was.
What? What are you talking about?
He's supposed to be the biggest.
He's their only celebrity.
Exactly. We were in Venice, and I would try to do the impression of what are you doing? Hey, I want to dance on your happiness.
They don't know?
You know. Yeah,
they make that noise a lot.
Yeah, sure they do.
Those Italians.
Between
now,
the pasta and the bread.
I want to mention something. You've been on the show a number of times. Every time I make you do an impression, it's my favorite impression.
This is not going to happen,
any celebrity does. He does a William Shatner impression, and every time
bad idea.
I make him do it.
Bad idea.
Now, wait, now.
Can I just interject one thing?
Go ahead and interject, yeah.
Every time. You know what I mean? It's like,
every time I make you do it.
Major motion pictures to talk about. I'm all scruffy because I'm working right now with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But no, you want to hear the Shatner impression.
Well, I know.
What is that about?
I don't know. I'm obsessed with it, and I ask you to do it a lot, and so I know that it's unfair that I always ask you to do it. It
just dominates the time.
So tonight I thought I'd give you a fair shot. We have a wheel here. Can we bring that in? And I'll spin it, and if it ends up on Shatner, then you have to do the impression. But if it doesn't, then you don't have to do the impression, and we'll talk about your serious film career. Does that sound fair to everybody? I think that's fair. Here we go. We'll just get this spinning here, and we'll see what happens here.
Wait a minute, it's Paul Shatner.
Yeah, and...
There's one Peter Falk.
Oh, look at that, everybody. No.
I can't believe you did that. It's rigged. Andy, help me, please. That doesn't seem right. Yes, well,
I want to see some Falk, too. We want to see Peter Falk? Let's have Peter Falk.
Like a marionette. I'm a marionette. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do Falk. Well, let me ask you this. I don't mean about it. Why every time? Now do Shatner doing Falk.
Yeah. Do it. Do it now. That's enough. That's all you got to do. Genius, my friend. Genius. All right, take this thing away. We're done with it.
$4,700, by the way, for the wheel.
We don't spend $4,700 on anything on this show. Didn't we send a minivan to pick you up to take you here? We took you to Wendy's first.
A guy on a moped. Don't be afraid. Get on the moped. It was Benigni. Now, I want to drive you to pleasure. All right.
Shatner invites you to charity events. You became friends with him, right?
My wife and I, Lucy, she's here. We went to his wedding, and you know, I did an impression of him, my stand-up act, for like 15, 16 years. You know, making fun of him basically, and then he directed me this thing, and now we're pals, and it's very surreal. So, but he's really sweet and wonderful. So yes, we went to his wedding, and then he has this charity event that's coming up, where I didn't know really what it was, because I knew he was a equestrian, I believe is.
Likes horses.
Exactly, horse-liker.
Yeah, that's the word I like for equestrian.
He's a horse-liker. So I go to this roundup, And it's just this huge, giant rodeo, you know, and Shatner's got the chaps on and the boots, and, you know, Captain Kirk is on a horse, and it's just wrong.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, I'm on a horse, and that's really wrong. So you put your feet in the stirrups, and you just hold on the reins. And it was wrong and weird.
I want to spend more time with him myself. Yeah. Now, you mentioned your wife, Lucy, who I know. My first job in TV was working on a show called Not Necessarily the News.
That's right.
She was on. And so I know Lucy is a Catholic.
Yes.
You, of course, are of the Jewish persuasion.
People, this is a tough weekend. Is that your point?
Yeah. Now, how does it work?
More applause than Cleveland, by the way.
Right.
The Jews.
Now, how does it work when you're in one of these marriages, well, a weekend like this? How do you work out?
It doesn't, really, because the Catholics just have it made. You know, everything's sweet with the chocolate bunnies and the Easter egg hunt, and the Jews are fasting all day. And then I have to listen to, you know, sit around a Seder dinner listening to my uncle Halitosis, who, I can't tell you his real name because he's a huge fan of the show. All the uncles are. But this one was the original dirty old bastard, trust me. Tell me about how we should paint lamb's blood over the doorway so that the angel of death doesn't come tonight and kill me. So let's recap that. The chocolate bunnies, angel of death. Okay.
Which religion more fun?
Really well.
We've got a fun religion. We have, you know, we have Santa, and we have all this fun stuff, I think.
Hanukkah, Harry.
Hanukkah? Like, the Jewish faith has all these food rules. And even the Catholics, you got Lent, so you got to give something up. Whereas Protestant, every holiday is just eat as much as you can.
Right.
No subtlety. Just eat.
Right.
Christmas, eat. You
No
know, the
suffering.
death of Christ, eat.
Right.
Christ resurrect, eat.
Eat more.
Yeah.
Just keep eating and eating.
So then Pavarotti, you're saying, is a...
Religious man.
I see. And there we have the callback.
Speaking of Mr. Pavarotti, an Italian, I understand that you worked with, I think, one of the great legends. You've worked with so many amazing people.
How did that happen?
But you worked with Sophia Loren, who I'd like to meet her someday, just to say, oh, my God, that's a living icon.
Saw her on the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, giving an Oscar to... Roberto Benigni! Okay. Yeah, I worked with her on the Grumpy Old Men sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Grumpier Old Men.
Geniusly titled. And they were working on a third called Grumpiest. Hand to God.
No, they aren't.
Hand to God. They
How
were.
about more grumpier?
Yeah. Still grumpy. So we go to the...
They can keep this going forever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Musical grumps.
as it were. So we sit down to do a table reading where they gather the cast to do a first reading of the script for Grumpier Old Men. And we're waiting for Walter Matthau. He's late for the reading. And we're sitting there, and Sophia Loren is the new kid at school because the rest of the cast did the first movie. So we're all, you know, reminiscing. But we're on eggshells around her because she's really like royalty. Just brilliant and breathtaking and extraordinary. And everyone's just really incredibly and mindfully, you know, respectful.
Scared to say the wrong thing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
majorly. And this goes on for like 45 minutes while we're waiting for Walter. Walter finally arrives late, crosses into the room, walks right up to Sophia, having never met her before in either of their lives or careers, walks right up to her and says, "Great to meet you, love to eat you." True story!
How did that go over?
Well, we all just went, "Arr." And she went, "Oh, Walter," you know, and we all, you know, it was,
You're saved.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
Before we let you out of here, I got to ask. You were on the show last time, and of course, being a comedian, a guy who follows his stuff, and a news buff, you were talking about the impeachment trial, and you were a little obsessed with the impeachment trial.
Well,
now that it's been over for a while, are you having withdrawal symptoms?
All I have is Monica's book, and it's not doing it because it's so insightful. And oddly enough, written in crayon, which I found strange. You know, she keeps referring to this magnetic stare of Clinton, and this is why she gave in to him, because of his magnetic stare. I'm sure being the most powerful man in the free world had nothing to do with it whatsoever. It was the stare, baby, the stare. I'm sure if he didn't go into politics and was, you know, assistant manager at the Outback Steakhouse in Little Rock, you know, with the howdy apron,
Good day.
he would still be getting all the chicks because he's got the stare. I don't think so.
I think you're right. I'm captivated by that stare. The movie She's All That, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, it did very well, yeah. And several other films coming out in the Schwarzenegger gigantic, scary, creepy, dark, really scary movie will be out in November, when we'll come back and talk about that.
Great. Kevin, it's always a pleasure having you on.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for doing it. Say hi to Lucy. See you back there? Yeah. I'll say hi to her after. Kevin Pollak, everybody. Josh Charles. Coming up, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.